left, north and the right. The show on the road. Well, I'm excited. I hopefully get to see some Armor Rouge ban or Pika ban, as we're seeing here. Most of the time, teams just let this slip through, and there's an attack like first pick. But there's the ban from each side. Nothing has changed, though. Next should be like potentially Charizard, Ceruledge, the like of that coin. Umbreon is potentially banned. It looks like they don't like the gameplay button, nor does the other team, getting rid of Slowbro and Charizard. To be honest, Slowbro has fallen out of favor with a lot of teams. Even DB is lower than by a ranking. So it's definitely not a foreseeable ban, but we do get Ceruledge, not Charizard as a ban. So it looks like we do get a first pick of Charizard here by our team by, I'll show you once again, GORaq. Here you go. Just as a reminder. But we still have Blissey and Umbreon available. Looks like they're taking Mamo instead. There's no Ceruledge here, but Blaziken's still available, so Mamo still gets a fair amount of value. Not quite the end of the world still. And so far these builds look very standard. Nothing is out of the ordinary. Though Ho-Oh does go all the way through, which is definitely something here that is not forgotten. Same thing with the Miraidon. Double EX Pokemon have already been brought through, which is rough to see if I was going to be on one team or the other. We're looking at hopefully a jungler pick by a team on the right, or an attacker here. It's rough to pick literally anything with Charizard. They already have it. They do have a Minkyu to try and take care of that ult by pressing another gameplay button. But here comes the Delphox. I haven't seen this character in this meta almost at all. Definitely falling out of favor with, as we see those two banned attackers at the top of your screen. And it looks like GORaq is looking to just counter pick and pick just all the strongest ones available. I can't complain about that. Looks like they're looking for support. They have anything they want pretty much besides Bliss. There it is. They don't want to take Hoopa. They took Keldy. Just fine. This is a call out from last week. I don't see a Clefable in this game. I don't think it's that good. But we'll see if each team needs more healing or not. Most likely not. Plenty of damage on each side here. Gren is the last pick, but we'll see if that Gren will be able to carry enough through this game. Well, I don't think there's any changing amount of items during this opening. I do give a little bit of props to this team on the left of GORaq, mostly because they have the ability to do whatever here. If they wanted to, they could put Mirai jungle, Char top, or some random amalgamation of rotating people in and out of this jungle. All three of these Pokemon can do great out of it. Versus this right side team, you really have to force Mimikyu to get ahead here, otherwise it's going to be a very rough game. Oh, and please, if something is out of whack with the stream, please let me know. The VOD should be just fine. It is just the stream that may be a little bit laggy. And we're off. We got ourselves the first game of the set. We'll see who takes the lead to go. To GOGO? I guess that makes more sense. We got ourselves the classic Urshifu jungle. Any invades does not look like it's going into the Froakie jungle. Waiting for that 45 XP tick. And here's your classic handshake. Charizard making sure they get some chip damage. Blissey trying to slap some Pharma, waiting for this Charizard. Not even trying to secure this top farm, just taking the one away. And Charizard gets one half of the farm, guaranteed. Meanwhile, this Mimi is being red buffed to all hell. Aldi can just auto him to death here. Charizard probably unable to get anything out of this. And there's the Mimikyu, probably going to go down here. And yeah, that's just free. There goes the Blissey X speed as well, leaving Team GORaq, or GORaq, go right ahead. Just get a free top lane here. And there's going to be full evolutions most likely in this top lane, as that Water Bear is going to be a threat to each team. Either going in or defending against someone. But we do see our smoke screen from this Greninja to start. Meanwhile, bot lane, as we see a push top, we do have double EX lane, which is going to be rough for Delphox to win into. But they do hit both level 4s. The opposing team of GORaq has decided to just ignore the fact that Mamoswine is a very strong early game tank and is just taken over lane, level 5s for each. Meanwhile, Urshifu getting a KO in the jungle on the jungler as this Frogadier, I believe, is just coming back in the jungle and there's nothing left for it. It's just going to go right back down lane. Once again, another KO goes bottom. Rhydon's probably going to have some trouble here into this Greninja. Greninja already has X attack procced. There's going to be a lot of damage put on. But he can't be too cocky. This Greninja can get some kills. So far, so good for Team GORaq. We have a level 8 Water Bear, which is something no team wants to see going up against. Meanwhile, you also have a level 7 Charizard top lane. This early game is not going well. This ZLN team, ZLN North, is not looking to be at all in a lead here. That's so much damage, 4 level lead. These autos are going to just melt this Mimikyu, even on pad. A little bit of missed moves there, but that's nothing to scoff at, considering this Eldegoss just gets the free stun on top of this Mimikyu to get the KO. And it looks like we're going to keep this pad for a little bit longer. This Eldegoss is not capping it, leaving it on just 1. Don't want to stack it. Getting the XP. Blissey does not evolve here. Gren does get the evolution at 7, but you do have a Charizard with ult, and this Miraidon is just cooking it bot lane. This is such a huge level lead for first objectives that this might be a rough game for ZLN here. And Gren gets the kill on top of the Water Bear. That's enough to get that Gren almost fully online, almost level 9 just from that. But the throwing stars from Greninja, not choosing to take Surf despite how much melee damage there is. I'm a big Surf fan myself, considering execute damage always seems to be the correct way to go about things. That's a kill from Miraidon on the Greninja. Meanwhile, we still have a Chansey top lane that's looking to get some farm here, hopefully. We got a ping from someone. I assume it was just we're attacking an objective. And this pad is not defendable. There's a Charizard ult to really prove the point. Char is just going to chase this Delphox all the way to pad. And that probably just kills on pad. That's just way too much. And look at all these points going into this tier 2. That's a full 5-man on tier 2, even though there's not that many points. Charizard probably getting a couple stacks. And here's the top objective, which looks like it's just going to go straight to Team ZLN. Blissey getting a nice secure over their own teammates. But overall, it looks like Team ZLN is looking to get maybe a better push here. Water Bear getting a little bit of play rough action. Ult landing on top of this Greninja. The Gren is trying to get some extra damage, but the rest of his team is just gone. Gren trying to get away, get some lifesteal. As we have this Water Bear once again chase down this Gren. Gren now showing, not quite showing this bush. There's the Gren! Getting away for almost free. Having used most of the things in this kit to get away. That is just smokescreen. And it looks like they're running X attack, so they don't have any other ways to get away. Now he knows the Water Bear is there. Let's see if this Mimikyu can get him. Not quite the angles you're looking for. Ooh. But here's going to be a big fight here, most likely. It's a 3-on-3, maybe a 4-on-3. And that's just a free pick on the Fox right in the middle, getting a little bit too far in front of this tank, leaving way too much damage to be put on them. Mimikyu probably should get an ult off in this Charizard, but they're refusing to. They're just running away. And there goes the ult on the Charizard, last second, but just to get KO'd. And that's another pass can be capped at 47 over. A huge point lead for GORaq here into Team ZLN. ZLN also losing their Fox again to this Water Bear. Water Bear capping and destroying this bot pad and leaving this hefty point lead of 212 points. And now you got yourself a solid Registeel bot, which is not what I want to see if I was Team ZLN. And this top pad, which actually doesn't have any points on it. So this top Lucky really doesn't mean much, as it's the last one of the game. Good call by Team GORaq here, making sure they gave themselves the most XP possible with that extra damage buff, going right into the beginning of Ray. Now, if I were to replay the start, I think there should have been a lot of emphasis on trying to get the Mimikyu and Gren alive. So those are your two main carries for this game. Blissey decides to ult really late at 3 minutes, something to the Mamoswine, not able to get that much value out of it. Charizard getting fire spun. Any other ults coming out? There's the Gren ults! Gren gets a kill on the Ho-Oh, but this Gren's not getting it back. He needs to farm like crazy. Does Gren get the kill? Gren does get the kill on this Eldegoss. And looks like they just got a kill on the tank and support here. Gren leaving on 1 HP. Let's see if they decide to back here. They don't have that much time, as they probably have around 35% ult charge. I'm going to leave us in the middle for a bit as we wait for this big Ray fight that, to be honest, greatly benefits GORaq, considering they still have all of their ults. There'll be no Gren ult, there'll be no Blissey ult, and to a lesser extent, Mamoswine ult, which doesn't matter as much. But this is heavily in GORaq's favor. They have the full opportunity to rip here. There's no one in pit. It's just Mimikyu. And they don't even know Mimikyu is there. And now they are coming in from top pad, where they have a tier 2. Gren's trying to hit it from top. Now it looks like we're taking a little bit of split engage. Bottom's still not showing up quite on time for this top, as we have this Mimikyu's passive getting broken by a Fire Blast. And Ray's being tapped still. He'll let it leash. It's looking to leash. No one's hit it in the past 3 seconds. And here's some fights going on. Charizard probably going to get jumped on by this Mimikyu, using his ult to get out of that to play rough. Play rough decides to land on him. Here's a big fight in the right side. Gren does get their ult back. Oldie comes out with the ult. Charizard dies afterwards. The Miraidon gets their ult off. The Water Bear goes down too. But everyone's low. There's no full health Pokemon in either team. Closest he got is this Miraidon, who's doing crazy damage, but it looks like it won't quite be enough, as this Eldegoss is going to try and do just enough on this Greninja, but got CC'd, and this Rayquaza is going to be ripped. Yeah, see if this Blissey can heal enough. This Oh is going to do a lot of chip damage. See if they get their Fire Spin off. They use their full heal. Flamethrower. They're going way too far away from this Rayquaza. They can't hit it from up there. They just walked away from the Ray. The whole game, they have the lead, and they opt to run away from the Rayquaza. That was a big misplay. And it looks like Team ZLN are going to take this first game if this Mamoswine can get this first cap in. Blissey taking a little bit of chip damage, and they're still behind. There's not enough time. Urshifu can cover this bot pad. It's not free. There's 8 seconds left, and this Blissey needs to cap in the middle. And there's not enough time. This is the end. I can't believe it. Team ZLN did not push enough in the main pad. And that's going to be it. That's game 1. Game 1 goes to GORaq. GORaq grabbing that first game. Here you go. Make it a little bit better. I know GORaq taking this first game in not quite convincing fashion. The end was definitely a nail biter. Wasn't thinking that was going to happen. But that beginning was real rough for ZLN. ZLN getting the better half of that Ray Ingage. Here are your stats for all of you damage and damage taken lovers. Though to be fair, in this game it wasn't really that much team fights until Ray or the beginning of the game, where they were picking off people the whole game. And this Delphox, to be honest, was not anything to show in the beginning, middle, and only using ult at the end to do a bunch of chip damage. I wouldn't be surprised if this Delphox had around 20k damage going into Ray fight and just got it all from that Ray. Here's your battle report. You're missing out with those scores going to home pad from this team after they take the Rayquaza. Looked like the Blissey backed off of the Mammoth. They should have pushed into main pad. That would have made it real close, brought it down to only 12 points. Wasn't quite enough though, as GORaq takes game 1 with a convincing early game and a good pick on the Urshifu to keep that pad alive on bot lane. Now, I sincerely hope some of the bans get a little adjusted here. I understand Pika and Armarouge, but Charizard cannot be left up for too long. It looks like they just took control of a lot of team fights as they get rid of this Dark Bear, maybe Water Bear, depending. They get rid of the bear in general, as the Charizard also gets banned. These are some bans that we're not seeing in the last game, so I'm glad to see them again. The Urshifu is a very strange first ban. Looks like they really enjoy these retroactive bans as they take away the Ceruledge. They don't like these brawlers. And for Team GORaq, it looks like they're just going to ban out something else they don't want to play against, which is going to be this Ho-Oh as in the second ban slot. Hopefully both these teams recognize... Oh, they banned A9! They weren't able to deselect and choose something else. No attacker they really care about is banned here. We'll see what ZLN grabs after it looks like this miss ban. They take the Blissey. It looks like Armarouge and Pika are still up. I would take Armarouge and this Ho-Oh in this scenario if I were them, but I'm not always correct. We'll give that Ho-Oh. There's the Armarouge. Maybe I spoke too soon. They did listen. We'll take those. I'll see what ZLN North has here. I hope some Pika action. We got ourselves Mimikyu again, still open. Pikachu is going to be picked right there. Looks like very solid. Umbreon is up with Blissey. And it looks like Umbreon will probably be picked up here on the right-hand side. We'll see if that is the reality or not, considering we do have Ho-Oh already, which is classified as a defender. Some people run in the support slot. The ult is nothing to scoff at. And there's another gameplay button pick, this time taken by GORaq. I love to see that. Very easy pick in general. Don't want to have someone play the game, press the gameplay button, press that ult button, and they're out. They take the sword on the left-hand side. Not gonna lie, haven't seen much sword this season either. It struggles into non-tanky comps. Because of that max HP damage, and its ult, to be honest, isn't anything that's really insane. Armarouge has better secure than the sword over here as we wait on this last pick. Anything can round this out. This Metagross is a great pick in my opinion. Not quite confident in that muscle band taken, but it's not the end of the world. Anyone can cook with anything. I'm sure even the best people in the world could destroy any team if they took no items. Looking at you, Fennel. But it looks like T-Tar as the last pick. I did not react in time for that. I'm surprised. It is actually not a bad pick. I like seeing this when I see things like Blissey and Metagross. That Pokemon has kind of been forgotten about after it got touched a little bit with its damage on, what is it? The Stone Edge, I believe. Alongside its Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb is still not bad. You get a little bit of stun. Doesn't hurt. It just takes so long to come online. I'd say it's the similar value, if not more value late game that the Gyarados has, as the Gyarados also struggles to come online. As you see a couple different Pokemon here that have badges. We do have a gold Hoopa, which is nice to see. As I remove this overlay so you guys can see more of the screen, see some cooldowns and whatnot. But overall, I mean, this T-Tar I want to see cook. Not to be like super biased, but they really showed themselves in this first game as being someone that showed them what was supposed to be done in the early game. We do have a Sword jungle with a Beldum top lane, Pika and Mamo bottom. Very rough to play against. Ho-Oh is nothing to scoff at though. Looks like this could be the Charcadet for Armor Rouge. Mimikyu jungle, Blissey jumping over, checking Invade, I suppose. And this Hoopa is going to make sure that this Metagross, this Beldum, isn't going to be too much of an issue. And he does take the farm away from this T-Tar, the Larvitar at this point. The bite looks like it secures. I'm not sure if that's enough. There's going to be a full heal and focus band proc. And this Beldum is not going to be able to get enough damage here to probably kill this Hoopa. But that's a lot of damage on the Blissey. The Blissey ends up going down instead. And this Mamoswine, who it looked like they tried to invade, wasn't able to get any value. And just comes to clean it up with them. We now have a 4-man rotate top. While this Charcadet bottom is going to have to fend for themselves. Though, to be honest, might hit 5 anyway. We'll see if they decide to go Armor Cannon or Fire Spin for this match. It is Armor Cannon. And here are the beats. It looks like that's a little bit of a stomp to start. This sword unable to get fully away as a 4-man top was too much for Team ZLN to really do anything about, as we have a Puputar struggling to score, standing a little bit too far off pad. And Armor Rouge defending bot pad just fine with his ranged stun and burst damage. This Mimikyu is going to be a big problem for this team if they can't find any way to stop him. And this Mamoswine's got some stuns off, which is very nice, but I don't think it's quite enough, as this Pikachu is now going to be targeted with a little bit of damage from this Ho-Oh, but tends to retreat back to pad. We do have 10 seconds for mid-Bs, and we do already have almost a 2 to 3 level lead on the side of GORaq going against CLN North. This is not a... Once again, this is the same kind of start as we saw last game, and this Blissey just gets a slap in the face, and this Mimikyu, who's almost going to hit 9. They're 8.5 at 745. This is a rough matchup if I was going to be looking for a big comeback here. This Rayquaza fight better be something special. And there's the Goal Hacker. I didn't notice who had Goal Hacker on this team, but it looks like it was the Pikachu. That was very interesting, getting a little bit of extra heals and shields. And we'll see if we can get any extra damage on top of these Pokemon. Mimikyu starting to go in with this huge damage on this Shadow Claw, hitting 4 people at a time. There's the ult landing on top of someone. I'm not sure who it was, the Metang. And this damage is going to be negated with Trick. Looks like they're deciding just not to play Phantom Force with Hole, but instead they're playing Phantom Force with Trick, trying to get the return healing, which was nerfed some time ago. Ho-Oh is getting super low, and T-Tar is now in the works, getting some kills. It looks like the Metang is going to try and get the KO, is unable to, not quite able to get through those bulky defenses with Sand Tomb. And we'll see if this T-Tar can rip it in time with this Ho-Oh, and they do. Now it's 107 to 0, as you see everyone from ZLN North going top, expecting everyone to show bottom on the other team, and they guessed correctly. Let's see what's going on up here. Let's see if anyone wants to score points. Well, this T-Tar is going to defend this pad. There's nothing they can do into a T-Tar, right? He just walks right into them. I think he just dies from this. Maybe too cocky. It looks like he dies, like, almost immediately. Oh, he stops just in time to grab a berry. Though we'll see if this sword can cook enough, gain enough healing here. Though it gets targeted by 4 by Team GORaq, as everyone else on ZLN decides to fall back to pad. Both brawlers are dead here. This objective just breaks pad. Pikachu trying to see what the health is at on this top objective. Mimikyu just feasting out of this farm. Level 12 at 5 minutes is not something you want to see in a competitive game. As there's some stalling going on. Armor Rouge just gonna grab some free farm bottom. Everyone on Team GORaq is the same level or higher than everyone on the other team. This is rough to see if anything can be done, as we do see a 4-man rotate bottom. They didn't really care about this Regieleki. They're on this T-Tar to say, you know what are they going to do to me on pad? Think they can kill me? Looks like the stun does have enough, and the T-Tar does not have enough to kill, and too much CC is too much CC. There are the first points, the first dunks for Team ZLN, getting 93, a solid 13 over dunk. And we'll see if this is enough to give them this XP lead that they need. T-Tar is now the same level as the Sword on the other team. Not sure if that's quite enough, but hope to see some good snipes from each of these teams to get some big outplays, considering this T-Tar needs to get level 13, and this Sword needs to get anywhere higher than this Armor Rouge. If it's not higher than that, it's going to be real rough for it to get any kills. This Registeel is just going to be taken by Armor Rouge. And Mimikyu here with that insane burst damage and extra max HP damage with those 3 blips you'll see underneath with those autos. We do see Hoopa getting caught out just a little bit. And a lot of really mishmash plays going down the middle. No one really poking at each other, no one really attacking, seeing other opponents are like, yeah, I don't really care where they are. And we got some more points bot lane. This bot pad has got to be fairly low by this point, as we see some pot shots from this Armor Rouge landing. 21 points in this bot pad, and Mimikyu getting caught out a little bit, looks like. There's going to be a lot of stuns. Here's a big fight at 3 minutes 40. Ults are probably going to be used here as in the second, like, the only time they can use it, to be honest, right before this Ray fight. This is going to be a very strange end of this first half of the game, getting ready for this Ray fight. Let's see if this Metagross can get a stack here. Mimikyu can see him. It's only 9 points, but we'll see if this Metagross can get away. Gyro Ball gives him some shield, gets away with Magnet Rise, and there's going to be a huge overdunk bottom. I think it's 31 over, if I remember right, maybe 39 over. It's nothing bad. And we'll see if this Regirock's going to mean anything for Team GORaq. And this Ho is going to get sacked. Or is he? That's a lot of damage he's sponging. That is too much to handle. And it looks like the team is going to start rotating bottom. T-Tar doing his best to once again make the opponents have to fight him before they go to pads. And there's the shield damage. He doesn't care who's in front of him if he has shield. I can just come in and hit you right through it. And there's the chip damage right from that Sand Tomb. Pikachu taking way too much damage at 230. And that's a level 14 T-Tar. Yikes. Please don't say it's a steal. It's a nice. That's nice to see. If I was Team ZLN North, I'm hoping that they have just as good as the team fight they had last time, considering that GORaq was unable to get things fully established in the Ray Pit in time. And it looks like they do have it a couple seconds beforehand. They should know, based off how their team opponent played. There's a Pikachu jumping. They use Flash to get away. As I was saying before. As they did before, ZLN North decided to play at a top since they had a pad. But we'll see if things change here as we see this T-Tar deciding to go in. There's going to be a lot of ults placed here. Here's the ult spam. I'm going to stop talking about what's going on. Let's see what happens at the very end of this. T-Tar comes off. That's rough. That might be a team wipe. There's the Sword going back in. And that's going to be a 5-man wipe, as this Rayquaza is taken by all 5 members of GORaq. And that's going to be a 2-0 in favor of GORaq. GORaq taking it in convincing fashion, not letting them get back in the game this time, taking someone else to true damage anyway. That's going to be game. And I hope that this is a huge learning experience for ZLN North, considering that this early game means a lot more than it looked like they valued. Some Pokemon needed to be taken away from this other team. It looks like Ho-Oh and Armor Rouge were just a bit too much for the opponents to really take care of bot lane, and they left this Mimikyu almost unchecked, able to hit 12 before the halfway mark of this game. Makes it real rough for the other team to do anything, and the damage is here to show for it. There weren't even that many team fights. The kills really showed what was going on here. As you can see, we have 9 and 8 across as the carries, and 1 and 3 for ZLN North. here's your battle report for those that are interested. But it was a... Once GORaq got ahead, they stayed ahead. And for those that don't understand the moves, everything was very standard. Nothing was too far out of the ordinary, aside from the Hoopa trick, which honestly wasn't too bad considering you needed some autos from a couple of Pokemon on the team. But it looks like they really wanted to use it alongside that Mimikyu and T-Tar. Well, hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Once again, the sponsor pops up every once in a while. Hope that everyone enjoyed some more GOGO streams with Hungus. Mr. Bing himself, signing off. Hope to see you guys soon.